Alright, so for this night, we'll be discussing about an introduction to assembly language. So what is assembly language? Basically, assembly language is a type of programming language. So we have three different types: the high level, the middle level, and the low level programming language. So assembly language belongs to the low level programming language that is specific to a particular computer architecture. It is a symbolic representation of machine code, which is the binary code that a computer's central processing unit or CPU can execute directly. As I have said to you before, 'di ba? So the language being understood by the computer, 0 or 1 lang 'yan. So unlike high-level programming languages, assembly language provides a direct correspondence between its instructions and the machine code instructions executed by the computer. So kaya nga siya tinawag na low-level design. You're directly communicating, controlling the memory, the registers dun sa ating CPU. So ano po ba yung differences ng assembly language with other programming languages na I'm sure tayo po ay familiar na? So one of which is in terms of the level of abstraction. So sabi ko nga kanina, assembly language is considered as a low-level language that is closer to machine code. Yung high-level languages katulad ng C or ng Python, it provide a high level of programming of abstraction. So making them more human readable but less efficient in terms of direct control over hardware. So that's one in terms of the level of abstraction. Pangalawa, in terms ng readability and writability. So, less readable and writable compared to high-level languages ang assembly language. Because high-level languages are designed to be more readable and writable, making them easier for programmers to understand and maintain. 'Di ba? Kaya nga kung papipiliin tayo ng programming language, definitely dun tayo sa high-level language kasi mas madali for us to understand the syntax. Portability. Assembly language is highly dependent on the underlying hardware architecture, so making it less portable. Unlike yung high-level languages natin, they are generally more portable as they are designed to be independent of the underlying hardware. Kaya nga minsan makaka-experience ka kapag magta-try ka with different simulators, maaaring yung code na binild mo, hindi siya mag-work to the other compiler kasi nga dependent siya doon sa hardware or doon sa architecture that you are trying to control. So ano po ba yung role ng assembly language sa computer system architecture and organization? Bakit natin siya kailangan pag-aralin in our subject? So assembly language plays a crucial role in computer system architecture and organization for the following compelling reasons. Number one is direct control. So it allows programmers to have direct control over the hardware resources of a computer. Instructions in assembly language closely correspond to the machine code instructions that are being executed by the central processing unit. Pangalawa, efficiency. Programs written in assembly language can be highly optimized for performance as programmers have fine-grained control over the hardware. And pangatlo, system-level programming, for which assembly languages often used for system-level programming such as writing operating systems, device drivers, and firmware. So who knows, baka in the long run, puntahan mo yung field of specialization na ito. So you'll be needing assembly language for that purpose as well. So these are the commonly used assembly language used in x86 assembly language instructions with brief explanation, and some of which na-encounter na natin before as you presented as simple as possible computer syntax. Ito yung mga commonly na ginagamit. So, one of which is yung ating move. Ayan, yung MOV. Ibig sabihin nun, move data from one location to the other. Yung add natin, that simply add two operands. Yung sub, that simply subtract one operand from the other. JMP or jump to a specified instruction. CMP or compare the two operands. JE, jump if equal. So this is a conditional loop or a conditional jump. And call, simply call a subroutine and ret, simply return from a subroutine. So basically, ito lang naman yung mga common na ginagamit natin na instructions kapag tayo po ay nag-assembly code. Ngayon, sabi ko nga sa inyo, in our side, ang gagamitin natin na emulator, yung MU8086 na binigay ko na rin sa inyo. Then, pwede nyo rin naman siyang ma-download. So, these are the steps. How are we going to run a simple assembly code in MU8086? Siyempre, we have to download and install MU8086. So, meron siyang official website. Pwede mong hanapin yung MU8086. Then, once na-download na natin siya, of course, we can already install then launch MU8086 after the installation. Then, similar to other application naman, we simply have to create a new file. And then, you can simply do that by clicking File and then New. And then, kung meron ka ng available assembly code, in our case, binigyan ko naman kayo ng example for our experiment related to this one, you can simply copy the provided assembly code and then paste it into the editor. Then of course, we have to save the file. Gagamit po tayo ng .asm na extension simply for the assembly. For example, ay papangalan mo sa kanya ay add_numbers.asm. Next step is we assemble the code. So we click on compile to assemble the code. Sa iba po, emulate and then ensure that there are no errors in the code. If there are errors, it will be displayed in the output window. Then of course, once the code is successfully compiled, so you can simply click run to execute the program. And then MU8086 also allows you to execute the program step by step. So pwede mong i-click yung debug and then step over so that we could execute the program one instruction at a time. So parang kapag gusto mo mag-debug or mag-check ng mga values natin from the registers, so you can actually do that. Then check output. As the program runs, you'll see the output in the output window. The result value should be displayed. And then of course, after running the program, you can simply exit the emulator. So ito lang yung mga simple breakdown ng key steps when running the code step by step. Siyempre, we have compiled that assembles the code to check for any syntax errors, run to execute the program, and will stop at the beginning of the code. Step over that is used the step over option to execute one instruction at a time. Check output that keep an eye on the output window to see the result. So this process allows us to observe how the program executes each instruction, helping us understand the flow of the assembly code in the MU8086. So related to this one, ayan, meron tayong gagawing experiment. So, na-mention ko na rin to sa inyo ng last time. So, daanan po natin yung ating machine experiment number 5, which is related to introduction to assembly language tools. So, basically, these are the objectives. We'll be familiarizing ourselves with the 8088 registers and view the contents of these registers using 8086 emulator. Then, to create a program written in assembly language programming and trace the executions of these programs using the 8086 emulator. So, ano po ba yung 8086 emulator? So, basically, kaya nga siya emulator, it is a virtual tool for which we can emulate or we can replicate a real hardware including the CPU, memory, input, and output devices. So, these things hindi natin siya nakikita talaga, di ba? Pero we can virtually simulate that. Assembly source codes can be executed either by using single step or full execution of the codes. The register contents can be verified using single step execution as I have explained earlier. Yung emulator natin is user-friendly and contains a number of sample codes with useful comments for the benefit of the user. So just like any other application naman, may mga examples din siya na built-in that you can try to use on your own. So kapag nag-create ka na ng desktop shortcut, ito yung makikita po natin. And then, in running or creating a source code in the emulator, we simply have to click new button as shown below. Ayan. So, ito yon. It is a microprocessor emulator with integrated assembler. So, I'm using version 4.08. And then, kiklik mo lang yung new. Siyempre, kung may license ka, bigay mo yung registration key. And then you have to choose from the code template provided. Ayan, in our case, ang pipiliin po natin yung COM template. Simple and tiny executable file format, pure machine code. So, dito muna tayo mag-focus sa COM template. And then, kapag na-click mo na siya, by default, meron din siya mag-appear like this na naka-default na yung ilang comments and then andun na rin yung org 100h and then return. Then doon sa loob noong org at saka ng return, doon ka magta-type ng code mo. So in running the code, ayan, you simply have to click the emulate button and then choose whether to perform run or single step execution as shown below. Yan. So after nun, makikita mo na yung results. So ito yung mga registers in hexadecimal. So if you are using 8088 or 8086, in our case MU8086, pareho lang naman yung mga registers niya. So meron tayong AX for the accumulator, BX for the base, CX for the count, DX for the data, SP for the stack pointer, BP for the base pointer, SI for the source index, DI destination index, DS data segment, ES extra segment, SS stack segment, CS code segment, and IP for the instruction pointer. So meron din siyang plug bits. It could be either set to 1 or clear value 0. So these are the plugs. We have the overflow, direction interrupt, sign, 0, auxiliary carry, parity carry. And then ito yung mga nuances natin in terms of the set and then the clear. So there are 6 different types of instructions available in assembly language programming, which are being divided into data transfer, arithmetic, bit manipulation, string, program transfer, and processor control instructions. So data transfer instruction moves bytes, words, or double words of data between memory and registers, as well as between the accumulator and the input-output ports. So these are the some of the data transfer instructions that we have. So yung in-explain ko kanina, commonly used yung move. So we also have load immediate or effective address. Then we also have input data to accumulator, output data from the accumulator, pushes word onto the stack, pops a word from the stack. So pansin nyo, medyo familiar talaga siya doon sa simple as possible computer syntax. We also have exchange bytes, translates, and so on. So there are a lot of syntax that we could use depende dun sa requirement ng ating specification. But as I have mentioned, nasabi ko naman yung commonly used na syntax na ginagamit. We also have arithmetic. So instruction that includes adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, bytes, words, or double words. Normally, we use ASCII or the American Standard Code Information Interchange Table. Kaya sinama ko tong table na to. Pwede mo siyang ma-search all over the internet. Then makikita mo na yung mga value ng character with respect to its hexadecimal equivalent in the ASCII table. So ito po yun. So there are a lot. Again, we don't need to memorize naman all of this stuff. We just have to be familiarized. And then ito common din sa atin, we also have the bit manipulation, which are instructions used to control data down to the bit level and include logic operation, shifts, and rotates. So since nagkaroon tayo ng introduction to HDL before, we also have logic circuits and design. So familiar na tayo with these logic operations that we could actually use then in assembly language. Also string, kung meron sa C, C++ na string, meron din dito. Instructions are used to manipulate strings of data in the memory and is composed of either bytes or words and is up to 64K bytes in length. We also have program transfer that includes jump, call, and return instructions and some additional instructions that form loops. So this is very important kasi nga kung meron tayong looping statement doon sa other programming languages, so we use program transfer naman in assembly language. We also have processor control that instructions that are capable of enabling and disabling interrupts, modifying the plug bits, and synchronizing external events. So, ito yung ating programming exercise. So, assembly program using the 8086 emulator that would display the English alphabet in the uppercase letters. So, ito na nga yung code na binigay ko po. Ayan, then explain natin siya later on. So, obviously, kapag inopen mo siya dito sa code natin, ito yung makikita natin. So, may mga color coding naman siya for you to differentiate yung mga default, mga reserved words, yung ating mga operand, and even yung comments po natin. And then, kapag niran mo siya, dito mo siya makikita kung nag-change yung value ng register. So, these are the registers na naka-mention kanina. And then, makikita natin sa emulator screen yung result. In our case, uppercase alphabets from A to Z. So, ito yung explanation natin dun sa code that I have created. Side by side natin for us to easily realize the code itself. Yung purpose ng org 100H, this one, yung ating nasa line 5, is to set the current address to 100H during the assembly. So it also signifies the start of the assembled code. Diba kanina, kapag nag-create ka ng no, automatic, andun na agad yung org 100H at saka yung ret. So hindi mo na siya kailangan i-memorize by default, andun na yon. And then the ret means different things depending on the processor architecture. But one purpose it has is to return from subroutine. And then sa loob ng dalawang lines of code na yan, dito na natin ini-input yung ating main code. So the main code requires the user to display the letters of the alphabet continuously until it stops at letter Z. So paano natin siya magagawa? Definitely kailangan mo mag-loop, 'di ba? So the code will be able to print out the letters of the alphabet. The line 7, yung move AH, 0 to H, it means we will write a character to standard output. Then yung line move DL, 41H naman will simply store the letter A that is being represented in its ASCII form na 41H in the register DL. So again ha, saan nang galing yung 41H? Dito yun. Dito sa ASCII natin. Ayan. Etong letter A, capital letter, ay 41H sa hexadecimal. So again, hindi mo kailangan i-memorize yung nakikita po natin doon sa ASCII table. Dapat familiar ka lang kung paano mo siya babasahin from the ASCII table. Yung next 4 lines naman natin simply represent a loop na common po sa atin. At the beginning of the loop, the line int 21H will display the value stored in the DL register. So this line works only for the DL register and may not work for any other registers. Then the second line of the loop, yung increment DL, simply adds to the current value of the DL by 1. The third line simply compares the value of DL to 5BH. Ayan. Then the last line of the loop, JNE return, would return to the beginning of the loop, which has the user-defined name return, only if the previous line compared DLP 5BH is satisfied. So the next line after the loop is int 20H, which would terminate the program. So yung critical dito na usually mag-change kapag nag-code kayo is yung kanina nating minention na ASCII representation for A. Then may nakita ka na 5BH. So tingnan natin yung 5BH dito. Ayan. So yung 5BH, ito yun. Ibig sabihin, siya yung character before yung uppercase letter Z. Yung open bracket. Kaya hanggang doon, para masulat niya yung letter A to letter Z na uppercase letter. Ayan. So of course, kapag niran mo na to, ayan, ito yung code mo, emulate mo, ayan, then run. So makikita mo na yung result. So ang kailangan mong screenshot, syempre, when you take the screenshot, sama-sama na, isama mo na yung code, isama mo na yung value ng register, then sama mo na yung output. So dito mo makikita yung ating ASCII table. So ito lang yung ating simple machine problems. Since provided naman yung code, you simply have to edit that. I-edit mo lang tong code na to in such a way na magpuproduce ka ng following outputs. Yung number one, kung kanina uppercase letters, this time gawin mong lowercase letters. Definitely, titingin ka lang ulit dun sa ASCII table na in-explain ko kanina. Then yung sunod, ang gusto kong sequence ay uppercase letter, then lowercase letter, uppercase and lowercase letter hanggang Z. And then yung sunod natin, AZ, A na malaki, then maliit na Z, hanggang Z na malaki, then maliit na letter A. So it's a matter of loop and manipulation lang dun sa ASCII table. Then ganun din sa number 4, AZ, and hanggang Z na maliit, A na malaki. Then yung number 5, you have to print my name. Yung number 6, you have to print your complete name. Complete name to kasi Rionel is my first name, Belen is my middle name, Caldo is my surname. So kung mahaba ang pangalan mo, mahaba rin yung i-display mo. So for the data and results, ang kailangan ko lang, provide me the assembly code, provide me the simulation results for these 6 machine problems. Alright, thank you.